There were obviously a lot of announcements at D23 about movies, about television shows, but of course there was an entire night dedicated to theme park announcements and stuff like that, whether it's new attractions at different places around the world, different shows that they're going to do, or expansions to what they're doing with Disney Cruises. But they made some announcements coming to Magic Kingdom specifically, but they didn't say in what place they were going to go live at the event. So immediately aftermath, we hear about Cars Land, we hear about Villains Land, we hear about all these things coming to Magic Kingdom, and people were wondering, how is that going to fit within the current structure of Disney? Well, we found out, and there's people that are not very happy about this. Cars rides replacing Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island at Magic Kingdom. I would imagine that Tom Sawyer's Island, Rivers of America, probably not the most popular attractions at this point in time, but they've got a lot of history and a lot of legacy surrounding them, and people are really upset about this.
Yeah, and it's also the way that they did it. They announced, all this stuff that's happening, but they didn't announce, where it was going to be. And they knew that people wouldn't like this. This is why they hid this from the D23. They didn't want the booze right in the middle of their big announcement. And when you have to hide it, it's wrong. they know, and they didn't care. When they announced it, everybody was like, oh man, finally, we're going to catch up with Epic Universe. They're going to be a bigger park. We're going to get some stuff going on here. And everybody was cheering until the next day when it was all done. Yeah, like you said, they found out this is Tom Sawyer Island. This is the big river boat that goes all the way around here. Because everyone thought it was going to go back here.
Which would have made a lot more sense. The fact that they're destroying Walt's legacy and vision is fucking bullshit. And it's pissing everybody off.
Yeah, they're going to tear down Tom Sawyer. I thought Tom Sawyer's Island would have been, if they were going to change it, that would have been a great place for Tiana's Bayou. Because there's actually a restaurant here that they haven't opened since COVID, and they could have just put it all there. This was considered the next problematic ride just because when you take the riverboat back here, the announcer talks about Indians.
Injun Joe.
Yeah, they were just like, oh, we can't say, you can't have that anymore. So I kind of figured like eventually this was all going to get taken down because of that. So they're going to put the Villains expansion here next to Haunted Mansion. And then the two Cars Land rides right here. And then now, like you said, the Disney adults they're so angry. They started a petition. So here's Stop Disney from gutting Frontierland at Walt Disney World. Sign the petition.
Well, it does feel, and when you look from a business standpoint, strictly business, strictly corporate, does it maybe make sense for them to try to put some new stuff in there that could get a lot more people in there that would probably be busier than Tom Sawyer's Island and the River of America? Probably, because although those are historic and have been that, like, Walt Disney literally oversaw the creation of these things. Does it make sense? Probably. However, for a lot of people, they still do love those areas, and it reminds them of this kind of chill, peaceful place and a little bit of Walt Disney's legacy and a little bit of American history, to be quite honest with you. And the idea that you will be gutting that to put in, a Cars Land, which, hey, I think the Cars Land in Disneyland is cool, and that's fine.
I think the better announcement would have been, hey, we're going to take the next 5 years and fix the rides that we already have at the park. Peter Pan is closed. Tiana's Bayou, the brand new ride. This is day 5 that it's been temporary closed. It opens up for an hour, then it breaks down again. They've got problems with the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. They've got problems with Haunted Mansion. They've got problems like at any given day you could go to the Magic Kingdom and only 3 attractions be open. So it's like, why don't you just take a deep breath and fix the stuff? This was tweeted this morning, by the way. Fix the stuff that isn't, that's there, that doesn't work. But what they did do, if you guys didn't know this, to help out with Walt Disney's legacy, they decided that they are going to make an animatronics Walt Disney for people to interact with, or he's going to say, I don't know what he's going to do, but yeah.
Probably going to talk about DEI and how important it is.
Some of the people are just like, oh my God, don't do that. Like, it's like, what do they do? Like, let the man sleep.
Yeah,
Let the man sleep.
He's going to push progressive ideas and DEI bullshit. That's what he's going to talk about.
He's like, hey guys, you guys go on the new Tiana's Bayou? Did you guys enjoy it?
When I created Disney World, I always thought to myself, there's not enough black representation here. And I'm glad that now that's changing.
So this right here, this is a good kind of perspective on it. So this is the shot of like Tom Sawyer Island, and this is Frontierland, everything like that. And this is what it's going to look like. That's the concept art right there.
I'm not surprised, I guess, because we have seen pushback about different things, whether it's just the inclusion of Tom Sawyer Island in general or like the Injun Joe sign, all of that stuff. There's been attacks on the story, like the Huckleberry Finn story, for forever because of the use of language and they say the N word in it, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, that's a very anti-racist story. Like if you actually know what the story is,
they just don't know the history. Like
and
they just hear one word and go, oh, it's a problem.
Exactly.
Oh.
And so I guess I'm not surprised that they would decide to take out this just like they took out Splash Mountain. And I'm not a Disney guy. It's not like I sit there and go to the theme parks. I don't have any love for Tom Sawyer's Island. I don't really understand how a lot of these people are feeling right now. And, at the end of the day, business-wise, it might end up getting more people in the parks, and that's all that Disney fucking cares about. But the irony is it's just such a corporate decision that's undercutting all of the history and all the ties that they have to Walt Disney.